I've got a question for you though. Even though GeekFam didn't go through MSC, and Homeboys went through MSC, it's a totally different roster. And we see the draft already being popped up right here.
That's
it's
the
already
draft?
being started. That's super, super fast. So,
I thought they were ping checking. All right, all right. Let's jump right into this. Okay, let's jump right into this. Let's put the analysis aside. Let's see what they're bringing to the table right now. We got Geek Fam on the blue side, Homeboys on the red side, bans being Fanny, Helker, and as well as the Valentina for the side of Geek Fam. For Homeboys, it's Harith, Ling, and as well as Chip naturally when you're on red side, and they're already done with the first phase.
yeah,
What do you think about
the
it?
names are a little bit different because Geek Fam is on the red side, Homeboys on the blue. That's pretty much what it is. Because I see the Hellcurt band down on the Homeboy side, on the blue side, which is an homage or a respect band over to Beloyski, because he popularized Hellcurt with the new Sky Piercer that's coming in. There's going to be a huge change on that. But the Zosk being prio pick, this is what I really want to talk about.
Yeah, and speaking of the Sky Piercer, even though there has been a slight nerf to the Sky Piercer, but then again, the price point is still really, really good. I would expect that to be one of the early items to be bought by any of these teams.
I mean, especially if you're thinking about an assassin here. Although I will say that the Zosk is rather interesting. It's definitely one of those comfort picks or one of those secret picks coming out for some of the teams we saw at MSC. But now that we go into the second half of the pick and ban phase, let's have a look at our arena here for the Homeboys. We got the 3D models. We got the block-ins from each of the heroes from each of the teams ready to go. All right, let's jump back into this because it's Minotaur, and as well as Terizla, followed up by Angela and as well as Nolan. I think they're good bands here.
Very, very quick drafting coming in from Homeboys and Geek Fam. Homeboys, though, they are, or either these two teams, they're basically trading blows, taking up the Ruby, not giving to the hands of Beloyski, and Geek Fam, on the other hand, not giving a lot of artillery mages that Udil is actually known for. They pick up the Zaz just to counteract the distance that Xavier would bring in the early game. So what Geek Fam kind of wants to do is just hunker down, try to get as much pickoffs as they can, fight the late game. You have that Zaz who can deal massive amounts of damage, enough for that Roger just dive in and just clean up. So the Barats will be the last pick along with the Alpha for Homeboys. I kind of like their lineup. Very, very beefy, very front-liney, but they have to play that late game. Xavier, Moskov only thrives in that late game.
Yeah, and if we can see, because of their beefiness, they want to give a lot of protection towards the Moskov, because Moskov at the early game, it's not the highest damage sort of hero. It needs to really farm out to come out with attack speed, come out with the damage. So this is all about protecting the Moskov, and they're prepared to play for the late game. But Geek Fam has the same idea as well. Just look at their lineup. They're pretty decent when it comes to beefiness. You have the Arla, you have the Tigreal, and when it comes to late game damage output, the potential by having the Claw, having the Roger is definitely up there.
Look, I think it's a game of tempo here, right? Where it's clear that the Homeboys want to play towards EXP in the earlier section of the game,
That's right.
and then afterwards hopefully scale up into the later stages. In comparison to Geek Fam, where I think they've got a very nice tempo all the way around, all throughout the matchup here. But I think it's time. I'll let you boys handle it to cast these games. Take it away, boys.
Loading into Land of Dawn, man, both of these teams, their draft feels good. They know what they want to go for. They know how they want to play it. It's team fight against team fight. There's insurance policies, sure. There's late game policies, sure. Or, you know, late game in the form of like this Claude coming in from Geek Fam, the Moskov going in the hands of Homeboys. It's really down to execution, especially the early game. Whoever gets that early snowball would eventually win this game.
Yeah, and this sort of matchup, I would say that both have potential when it comes to the late game, but I'm pretty sure both teams, they want to end it fast. And because this is the first game between the two of them, it's an introduction game, I must say. So you want to keep it solid, you want to keep it fast, you want to try to choke down your opponents and not lead it towards the late game to review too much of your strats.
Well, I mean, we say that, but then there's that Zosk, right? Because the real question is, how exactly do you punish your opponents? And I feel like as much as, oh, you know, Claude could be diveable, the BMI is such a big problem, and it doesn't help that Zosk naturally has, well, quote-unquote iframes by hopping into his little spawn.
Yeah, he has escape mechanisms as well, because there's a revamp on the Zask. In case you've been living on a rock, Zask right now, his spawn deals laser damage, so damage over time, basically like a glowing wand. into his first skill. You have an ultimate that can place anywhere just to displace yourself. That's why, like, I understand how Geek Fam likes to operate. Just displace you, try to put you out of position, and then try to get that flank, especially coming in from Beloisky. So that's what I'm interested to see.
Well, with that being said, looks like the game is ready. We're going to be hopping on into the land of Dawn. Take it away, boys.
We're loading in.
Here we go. It's going to be game number 1 of Stream A, the A stream, ladies and gentlemen. And here we have it, Homeboys versus Geek Fam. Now, what do you think based on this matchup? Like, which lineup do you like better?
Well, if my understanding is correct, I think this Roger's going into the jungle, so that's why he's starting that off. L4 naturally has a faster jungling speed, so definitely he's going to be clearing the waves faster and having that rotation slightly faster than his Roger, but you know, it's all down to like which lane do you want to prioritize. Keep the gold lane open, try to contest for the EXP, try to get the Lethro, try to get all these neutral objectives as fast as you can before the first blood comes or before the first turtle comes. That's where the big fight starts to happen. You don't want to take any fights that you can't win.
Yeah, and you talked about like it being fast, right? We can see the top of the jungle invasion by both sides. Beloisky trying to gather information, and then you got Mal trying to invade the jungle on the top side, but nobody's at home though. So as much as they might have wanted to try to disrupt each other's side, well, looks like they'll be resetting.
Yeah. Taking a look at the emblems right now, Weapon Master for a boy, so that's going to be a very, very hard-hitting Zask. Especially in the late game, he has the Purify as well, so we've got to try to find a way to take down the Zask before things get out of hand. But Loisky already starting with the babysitting, trying to push back and trying to get Kadera to win the farm. And something that you might not know, or you might know because you're Malaysian anyways, is that Nets kind of never loses his lane. We have that conversation before.
Yeah, I mean, he is said to be one of the best gold laners, of course, before Innocent came up as
Before
one of the
Innocent
best.
dethroned him.
Dethroned him. Yeah. So, between the two of them, at least he has that reputation that he's able to win the lane. But looking over at Nets, so far pretty decent, but not that he has been challenged by any other team. But speaking about challenge, the Turtle will be up.
Yeah, Turtle up, but EXP lane actually pushing over the side of Geek Fam, so they might have the EXP advantage. It's easier for them to get that level 4. And just as I say, Beloisky coming in to zone out Amal.
But Loisky goes in, and Udyr comes by as well. But who's going to be able to steal the Turtle? And then the backline, keep your eye on that before that. Gomes will take the first blood, and Amal will go down. Turtle right now is still wide open. Geek Fam are going for it. No way for Homeboy to challenge it.
That was so smart, especially from a boy. Just using the demonic spawn, just trying to zone the rest of them out, knowing that, okay, we don't need to take this turtle now. Let's take down Homeboys and then get a free turtle. But hold on a second, Detnus, welcome into the wall.
We're talking about 2v1 here. Where is Golf going to go from here? And Maul gets his revenge against Golf.
Well, that's a bonus kill for Homeboys. I mean, he's left down the bottom side, but it doesn't really matter because you get that shutdown gold. 2 kills to 1 death. What's that? What's it to it?
What's it to it here with Beloisky? Lucky enough, he's a Tigra, so not phased. He just wants to open up the map.
He's still got that passive going on, so he's pretty much safe from any basic attacks. Oh, Dawning Light. Keeps the boy down. He has to recall, get that reset. You know, he has a lot of time getting pulled back, Beloisky.
But Beloisky might be in trouble though, but good thing he has Vincent there together with him, so he has it all part of the plan.
Okay. Homeboys, very, very desperate. We can see the rotations coming in very, very strong. Udil is starting to pick up. His damage is starting to show. I'm not sure if he got his first item spike yet. It's 3 minutes on the clock. Enchanted Talisman definitely on the books for him. No pun intended though, but there's a little bit of a skerfuffle happening on the bottom side. Oh, Flicker in, Dennis, welcome.
But here we go, 3v1, but the rest of Homeboys have arrived though. Yedri in trouble. He's down to 10% of health, but look at the back line. Udil managed to get away to safety. What a nice flicker there by Udil, but the other teammates, unfortunately, not as fortunate as him. They will go down as well. And Geek Fam will take on 3 kills from the bottom lane.
Where is the damage coming from? That's what I want to say. Homeboys, though, Nets landed a nice Spear of Destruction. The SOD hit, but he knows that he can't go. Waiting for an implosion, and even after that, they're just fighting a losing battle. It's a 4v3. On the top lane, though, does look like Kadero desperately wants that gold. He gets it and gets away. Backs off. They're focusing down on the EXP side where the turrets are already cracked open.
Man, a lot of control right now at the bottom jungle, but now the next objective is up. It's going to be the turtle. Now this is when they might try to go onto Nets.
Well, no one's making a move. Well, the good thing is for a boy, he used that spawn just to source out vision, try to get that distance away from the neutral objective. They're starting things up. The Dawning Light already starting to get spammed up. Concealed play from Beloyski.
And just to get information, implosion to the back, getting 2 of them for the side of Homeboys. Now Mal is in trouble, but he has the turtle still up open to grab. But where is he going to go right here? Another Dawning Light to the back line, but the double kill for Vincent. Look at Vincent all the way to the back line. Even Nets could not come
he's
into
going
anything.
for it!
What? Underneath the turret, a maniac by Vincent in about 5 minutes into the game.
What a set to Beloyski. Follow up from a boy dealing that damage enough to get Vincent down, the first maniac of the first game of the first day of the challenge. Man, Turtle goes over to GEEK Fam as well. It's 9 kills to 1. They're so up ahead. The 6K goal lead with all the tier 1 turrets cracked wide open.
Dude, this is how you introduce yourself to your new teammates.
Yeah. I had doubts. I had my reservations because I thought like, okay, maybe swapping over Ray, who's brought them over so far, to Vincent, who was originally from Rebellion, was a kind of a mistake because you have that synergy already. You want to build things up again with a new jungler. It's going to be very, very hard, but Beloyski makes it work so easily.
I guess to a certain extent, that's what you get when you have more preparation time to test out your new players. And there you go, but here we go onto Amal, 50% of health. Luckily he's able to get away to safety, but there's nothing much that Homeboys can do right now. GEEK Fam has absolute control on the bottom jungle.
Yeah. GEEK Fam, very, very good in the zone out potential. You look, if you notice, Homeboys are unable to reach down over to Kadera. It's just free farming all the way until maybe even the 10-minute mark where he gets his Trinity and then comes in for the fight. But hold on a second, yeah?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, 3 in trouble right now, but then again, he is tanky enough, so he will be fine. The Dawning Light will kind of help him, but we can see the damage from Dawning Light. It's not big enough.
You know, Gobs has been landing all these crucial final slashes, either forcing out maybe an ultimate or maybe even the flicker. The battle spells are so viable for Homeboys, trying to get back into GEEK Fam. The win condition for Homeboys, try to get Nest to scale up and fight the neutral objectives, try to land the SOD, but hold on a second, another incursion.
Again, Vincent! But he got 9 below 8 minutes, and not only that, they even got Udil, Amal, and Mal at the same time. And potentially even the turret, but okay, nope, not just yet. The turret is not down because they know they have the turtle objective.
Well, 100% kill participation for Beloyski so far, 0-12. He's engaging, but he's not dying. He's landing those crucial implosions enough for the rest of the team to just come back in and just clear everyone up. Kadera now just virtually untouched. It's 7 minutes. No one's even bothering to try to contest for him. They can't. They don't have a lot of backline opportunities. The only thing is maybe that Alpha tries to land a spear over to Kadera, but it's so difficult to lock him down. And that's a breakdown of maybe even the Homeboys team. They're waiting on that Lord. This is the first Lord of the game.
You know what? It's almost a kill a minute for Vincent.
Yeah.
He's 7-0-3 at this moment, and by them securing this lot, I mean, this puts them in the driver's seat.
Yeah. No choice but to just give over. Final splash.
But speaking about giving over, Amal might give over his life to Kadera. That is another kill, but not only that, but Beloyski went down. The big boy will fall, and the rest of GEEK Fam will retreat.
Well, that's a decent trade going over the side of GEEK Fam, though. Giving up Beloyski, you get the Lord, as well as the jungle for Homeboys. Amal not doing well, 0-5-1. This every single time he goes in, he either gets stunned up, crowd control, chain CC'd up to infinity and beyond. What I think is interesting about the itemizations coming out from GEEK Fam is that the Thunderbolt is being built by Vincent because he knows that, okay, we might have the early game, but let's get that insurance down to the late game. Every single time I use an auto attack, that equates up to my hybrid defense just building up. So if it ever goes to that late game, and they know that Udil is constantly scaling up, he's already got a lot of core items. He can spam his Dawning Lights as and when he's got that high ground defense, but Lord marching down that top side, they're trying to break down that T2 down mid.
Yeah, and that's also why they take control of jungle very early on. They do not want Udil to scale. And with now this kind of control that they have, the Lord has arrived. There's no way Udil can go out and farm, so they have to defend it somehow. But speaking of the defense, it's coming in right now, all the way onto the back line. It's going to be Ness getting on the go. There's going to be the first kill this time around. But they're looking for more. Oh boy! Gets onto foul, and Ness gets a double kill. This could be the defense that Homeboys is looking for as they will take down that boy in the process.
Very, very unfortunate. They were trying to force the issue. They want to end it as fast as they can. GEEK fam, they made a crucial mistake. From 8K gold lead down now to, okay, it's probably around 8K. They're trading blows left and right, but they took down that T3, so that's a little bit of a consolation prize for GEEK fam. Although, that was a very, very nice I'm offended by Mao into the Mystic Field, so it's traps after traps after traps, and high ground is basically the forte of Homeboys. Whenever you want to go for a base rush, you need to be able to take down at least one before you contest for the Homeboys' base. The high ground defense is very, very strong in this one.
Yeah, but I could see the idea here, right? Like, of course, you have the implosion, you have the flicker, you just want to go onto the backline to, okay, you see an opportunity, maybe you try to catch two of them. But then again, that one player that they let go of, which is Nets. Nets got a free hit from behind, and that's how they kind of fall from there. If only they got Nets first, then the job is done.
Well, taking timer, Yethree just walking away. I think GEEK fam doesn't want to force the issue. They know that they don't want to fight Homeboys in their base. They want to try to lure them out. Now that the Lord is coming in, they're being very smart. Just pausing wave, trying to get that rotation from Homeboys out into that Lord pit. That's where they want to fight. That's where they know that they can find a flank, especially for Vincent. He doesn't have to force the issue right here. He can just wait for Homeboys to just come back out. So they're rushing that Lord right now.
Discipline gameplay, ladies and gentlemen, by GEEK fam. And I think the fight earlier on was a good reminder of disciplined gameplay for GEEK fam. They could have just like, okay, focus on getting oh, but hang on a second, look at the bottom. Oh, looks like they'll be able to catch up onto Yethree and the implosion. One-man implosion though. At least are they going to get any return out of Yethree? And yes, they will. Kadero get him. But at the same time, Aima will trade him back by taking out Vincent. And that's going to be the first kill onto Vincent in this round.
Oh, unfortunate for GEEK fam. Although it's still a good trade. They took down that Lord. They want to go for one kill, so that opens up that base for a nice base rush. This might be it. The lanes are all pushing in. The Lord marching down that top side. Beloyski still has his flickers, waiting for his implosion to show.
Oh man, just look at this. The Lord is pushing at the top as well. This is going to put a lot of pressure on Homeboys, opening up the space for GEEK fam to take the next turret.
It's discipline. GEEK fam just needs to take down all these T3s. Open it up. Wait for the next Lord. But final slash comes.
Goes in onto the back line. Gomes don't need to get away to safety. Gomes! Oh, he managed to get Nets just in time. That is the target that they need to find. Balowski, last stick of health, will be taken down by none other than spicy boy Udil.
2 for 2. They're still going for it. Demonic Spawn. Oh, coming in strong, trying to face out Udil, trying to zone them out for this T3. They got what they came for. They need to back off right now.
I mean, that is a defense, cool, but then again, they lost all their inhibitor turrets. Now Miles seems to be in trouble. They were going on the Miles straight onto the backline. Vincent got away to safety. Ooh, close one there. Dawning Light shreds him down to the last stick of health.
Well, I always remember how Udil was so on point with his long range Dawning Lights. That in MSC, I remember he took down like, I think it was NIP Flash. He was just right down with the turret. He was rushing to that base, but this time around, it's a little bit slow. They had a very, very slow game. They're pushing it strong though. They're trying to stay afloat. Now, we're seeping into the late game. This is where Homeboys can start to shine. This is where Homeboys can start to take fights. Yethree needs to be able to find a nice Detonus welcome, try to stun one person down.
Look
they
at
just
Balowski.
don't have a lot.
Balowski went straight onto the back line. Oh, he caught at least 2 of them, and Udil went down. Just as much as you want to see Udil scale up, but then again, he will not be able to do it for the next 30 seconds. And not only that, GEEK fam even got Yethree in the process.
Yeah, there's 2 men down for Homeboys. Mao's been making crucial I'm offended. We just have to wait. There's still one final hope.
Oh, Balowski again onto the back line, and there you go.
Oh, thrones
They
open.
might be able to end this, and yes, they will. And here it is, GEEK fam takes on game number 1.
Very, very strong start by GEEK fam, taking control of the early game, just pushing that momentum through into the late game.